So we get in the car, and we're driving over to Rutgers and the mental health there. And so I started talking. I said, first of all, I wanted to have the conversation. I believe they were listening to me through the phone. Like they had so what I did is I took off the back of the phone while I'm in the car. And I don't know much about phones, but I thought I did. And I see this little button battery in the back of the phone. I'm like, that's out of place. That must be how they listen to me when my phone's like closed and everything. This is one of those old flip phones. So I took out the guts of the phone. I could see my mother looking over at me like, what is this kid doing? Like, I can't get to the hospital quick enough. So now I feel like I can talk. It's possible her car is bugged too, but I feel I can talk a little bit. So I'm like, all right, listen. So you're gonna hang out while I get checked out. And then she goes, well, I think they might keep you overnight. I'm like, overnight? That's not part of the plan. I'm like, I'm not staying overnight. She's like, well, I don't think, you might not have a choice. You might have to. I go, look, I am not staying there overnight. If they try and keep me, I'm getting out of there. You're going to have to come back later and pick me up like in the middle of the night or something. She's like, you're not going to be able to get out of there. And I'm like, oh, yes, I will. I'm not staying overnight. This was mucking up my whole plans. And I was like, something's wrong now. Now I'm feeling, wait, maybe I didn't get the signal right. Maybe. Now I'm a little, but I'm like, all right, I came this far, I'm gonna follow through. So we go in and I'm like, make sure you act extra paranoid, so get it on the file, so it was there. So I'm being checked in, and nurses ask me questions, and I'm like darting around, looking around, just acting. There was a level of paranoia, but I took it up again. And so they bring me in. Now I have a knife in my pocket because now the voices are telling me that this friend of mine is going to be in a room upstairs with a bunch of people, and this is all some elaborate prank. And you're going to walk in, they're going to be laughing at you, and they're going to be like, "We got you." And I was like, if that happens, I'm just going to go stab them because I was like, this is ridiculous, And so before you get checked in, one of the nurses is like, "Okay, we're going to have to search you." I'm like, I did the search and they'll find the knife. So I'm like, listen, I think there's been a mistake. I said, I don't want to be here. They're like, well, you're here. And I was like, look, I voluntarily came here. I want to leave. They go, you're not leaving. And now I see those double doors, they don't even open them both at the same time. There's no way out. And I'm trying to think, how do I get out of this? So I said, all right, listen. Now, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I'm like, all right, listen, I just want to go outside, smoke a cigarette, and then I'm thinking that I would just run. I guess they were on to me. They're like, you're not going outside. So now they've called extra staff, and there's actually a woman, I think she was a state trooper, she was full uniform, and there were 3 other nurses, and then there were 3 male nurses, or male employees. I don't know what their job titles were, but they all get in a semicircle surrounding me and cutting me off. And I have about 10, 15 feet behind me, and they're stepping towards me, and I'm backing up, and I realize I'm running out of real estate. They're going to be on top of me soon. They're like, come on, we just want to search you, and you don't have to make this difficult. And I'm like, I don't, and then I even said, I turned to the state trooper, I'm like, listen, I'm not homicidal, I'm not suicidal, I'm not threatening anyone. This is illegal. And they're like, another step. they're not listening to me. And eventually they're like a foot away and they just converged. 2 on each leg, 1 on each arm, and 1 with a needle. And I didn't know it at the time, but it was Ativan. They hit me with the Ativan. I had my pants down and stuck me with the Ativan. And one guy's wrenching my arm up, and I'm pissed because they have me. Like I'm overwhelmed, but he's still, giving it the extra push. Unnecessary, but whatever. So immediately I'm thinking, how am I going to, I'm already thinking, how can I get out of this? And I started thinking of the movie Midnight Express, where the guy, ironically, was in a Turkish prison, and he figured out he had to get to the insane asylum because they had less security to get out. Me, I have to get out of this insane place and get to the regular hospital where they have less security so I can get out. So I do have a bad knee, so I faked a knee injury, and I'm telling them, listen, you guys hurt my knee when you took me down. I got to get to the hospital. I got to get over to the hospital. And so basically, they didn't believe me, and I'm saying I want to call my lawyer. If you guys, they were just kind of ignoring me. They gave me the phone, and They didn't even have a dial tone or an outside line. I'm like, how do you get an outside line? They're like, I don't know. And I was like, now I just felt like they're messing with me more. So, so what I did is, they brought food around, and they put me in this little room, and they brought food, and I had milk on the tray. So I put the milk in my mouth, and I'm just waiting and waiting. And I finally see, this happened to be a cleaning lady, and as I see her, I just gave my sickest look that I can, muster up, and I just threw up the milk onto the floor, and I looked at her like I'm near death. I'm like, I need a doctor. And I don't know if that's what worked or not, but they did. They said, all right, we're going to send you over to the hospital, and they put me in 4-point restraints on a gurney, sent people in the ambulance. It's like a 5-minute ride. And so I get over to the hospital, and that's when, again, my mind's turning. How do I get out of this? I've got to get out of here. I'm not staying here. And we were in a hallway, and there was just these drapes, 3 drapes and 3 beds. There was a woman in a desk across the hallway, and she's there watching me. And I'm like, oh. And that's all she's doing is watching me. There's a little like medical area behind her, and so I'm like, I'm talking to her, probably annoying her, and I'm waiting for her to do something where she leaves, and she's not leaving. Finally, she gets up and just walks around the corner for a second, maybe to get coffee or something. I was like, this is my chance. Now I had looked down the hallway, and I saw this light, this bright light, and I figured that's got to be an exit. I'm still I'm in a hospital gown, so I've already resigned myself to the fact you're gonna have to be on the street in a hospital gown. And they got my clothes at the other place. So she takes off, I take off.